Fox Sports.
We are Black Hawks. We are LA.
Well, we said it was going to be a short homestand, and no question the finale tonight. Game number 3 of the 3-game set between your Angels and the Boston Red Sox wraps up tonight for the Big A. Last night the Angels won. That put them 3.5 games back in the wild card, but today we've seen Oakland win and Baltimore win, so the Halos needing a victory to remain 3.5 back. We welcome you inside the Big A and back to Angels baseball here at Fox Sports West. Victor Rojas along with my partner Mark Gubiza. Last night the Angels offense came alive once again. The 10-3 victory for the Angels. They will have their hands full today as John Lester will be going for the Boston Red Sox. And Zach Greinke's looking to make it 2 in a row, and he's coming off a spectacular start against the Detroit Tigers last Friday.
Yeah, but this is a great pitching matchup. You got John Lester, won 19 games just a couple of years ago, going against a Cy Young Award winner in the American League, and Zach Greinke. You mentioned this last time out. Commanding his fastball. He was throwing that fastball 90 to 95, changing speed with that pitch. His curveball was excellent. His slider was swing and miss. Changeup very good. So look from the attack the zone against this Red Sox lineup. John Lester back to throwing more fastballs. He got into that mode coming into the season where he struggled. A lot of cut fastballs. His curveball's been better of late. Velocity's been back. Last 3 starts he's won with an ERA 2.25. You got to try to lay off that cut fastball inside and try to bring the fastball away and hit the ball back up the middle against him if you're going to have success against a tough lefty in John Lester.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys have some experience against John Lester. Not too many guys in that Red Sox lineup have experience against Zach Greinke, and hopefully that plays into Greinke's favor. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. The Angels looking for the season sweep of the Boston Red Sox. Sit back and relax. We're bringing the lineups in the first pitch when we return. American Jack combo for only $4.99 plus tax at participating stores. By Hyundai's Summer Drive Sales Event now through September 3rd. And by Resident Evil. Retribution in 3D in theaters September 14th. Well, we had another warm afternoon and rolling into the early evening. No clouds tonight, unlike last night. And tonight, the finale of this three-game set between the Red Sox and the Angels. As we pointed out, going to commercial break, the Angels sweeping the Red Sox at Fenway Park last week and won the first two here. You see Zach Greinke and the rest of the Angels wearing their alternate red tops, going back out there trying to sweep the season series against Boston, something that hasn't happened.
Well, the bottom line is the Angels have to play every night as if the season is on the line, because they put themselves in that position. They've been playing well of late. They've been swinging the bats well. It's coming down to pitching, and of course, Zach Greinke last time out was absolutely dominant in Detroit.
Check out the Boston Red Sox in their starting nine for Bobby Valentine, just sitting there hanging out in the bat rack, talking with Randy Neiman, the pitching coach. Scott Podsednik will lead things off. He's in left field. Dustin Pedroia at second base. Jacoby Ellsbury, the center fielder. James Loney at first base and cleanup hitter. Cody Ross is in right. Jared Saltalamacchia will serve as a DH. Ryan Lavarnway will do the catching. Micah Milos is the shortstop after serving as a DH last night. And it's Pedro Siriaco getting the start at third base. He will bat ninth, taking on Zach Greinke. And with the Angels, he's 2-2 with a 5.22 ERA, coming off that very good start against the Tigers. 39 and 2/3 innings, 43 hits allowed, 33 strikeouts, and 15 walks as a member of the Halo.
Generally a strike thrower. His career mark against the Red Sox just 1-4, but his ERA is outstanding at 2.88 against a very powerful lineup through the years with the Red Sox. So he has that ability. He runs the fastball in well against Red Sox hitters, and that's a big thing against you. They love to get their arms extended.
Defensively, behind Greinke tonight, Vernon Wells is in left field, Mike Trout at center, Torrey Hunter in right. The infield has Meiser Asturis, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Mark Trumbo around from third to first, and Chris Iannetta back behind the plate.
And still, Vernon Wells is going to be active out in left field, especially when a number of these left-handed batters for the Red Sox has tried to go the other way. Sednik, Loney's the same type of hitter. So Vernon, who's made an outstanding play in Detroit against the Tigers, has been good out in left field. It's going to have to be extra good here tonight.
As we pointed out, there aren't too many guys that have experience against Zach Greinke, although Scott Podsednik certainly does. 17 for 34 in his career, 500 average with 1 RBI. Saltalamacchia 1 for 7, Pedroia 2 for 9, Ellsbury 2 for 7. Everyone else will be facing Greinke for the first time, as Podsednik will lead things off. It's a lineup that Valentine likes to run out there with a right-hander on the mound, and the first one is down low. Podsednik last night 2 for 3, batting in the ninth spot, had a sacrifice fly and an RBI, and also scored a run, hitting .370 for Boston with a home run and 10 runs batted in. Second one is down and in. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, we were talking about it before the game. I mean, a number of at-bats for Podsednik against Greinke. Didn't have that type of numbers. Pretty impressive for him.
2-0 pitch. Fastball is in there, 2-1. A 7 2/3 that Greinke had the last time out against the Tigers. His longest outing since he had a complete game win against the White Sox on June 22nd. Now, granted, the National League a little bit different with the double switches and the like, as that pitch misses down low, and it's 3-1. It's the 4th start in which he's gone at least 7 as a member of the Angels. Falls behind here to the leadoff man, and Podsednik. Pedroia on deck as this one is popped up. Middle part of the infield, Mark Trumbo comes charging in, takes control, makes the catch, and there's the first down. Take a look at our Hyundai key to the game before Pedroia steps up.
I know you're a big fan of this band, Motley Crue. Don't go away mad. You want to end up having a positive game here, a win before you go on a tough road trip going to Seattle, who's been playing very good. And then, of course, Oakland, who's been playing outstanding. Anyway, good job by Greinke directing traffic on the mounds. We tell you he does so many things well as far as pitching, fielding his position, directing that fly ball to be caught by Trumbo.
Pedroia looks at a strike on the outside corner. Had a 1 for 3 game last night, picking up an RBI, his 54th of the year. 9-game hitting streak for Pedroia. That one misses down and away. 282 average with 12 home runs and 54 runs batted in. Well, good action on that two-seam fastball, 1-2.
That was the big pitch he had against the Tigers in Detroit. Great moving two-seam fastball.
One, two. Try to catch the corner, just misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joe West, the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes tonight. Greinke throwing 115 pitches in that start against the Tigers. Really protecting there, fouls it off to the right.
Well, especially as a hitter, you just throw a pitch that's just off the corner. You have to think in terms of if he's going to go to the exact same spot, it may be called a strike, so you're going to expand your strike zone like Pedroia did. Barely fouled that one off.
Full count. Ellsbury on deck. This is the 4th start for Greinke here at the Big A. 1 and 2 so far. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Pedroia. 2 down.
Challenge of a 93-mile-an-hour fastball after the pitch before. The cut fastball just off the corner. Some late life and by Pedroia, a good high fastball hitter. Also, not catch up to that one.
So 2 outs here in the first. Jacoby Ellsbury stepping in. Went 0 for 4 last night, snapping a string of 6 consecutive multi-hit games for Ellsbury. 273 with a couple of home runs and 16 runs batted in. One ball, no strikes. Boston comes into tonight's game with a 62-69 record. As this one is rolled up the line. Trumbo's got it. It's a fair ball. And the inning will come to an end. A 1-2-3 inning for Greinke. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Trout, Hunter, and Pujols to face John Lester with no score. Top of the first. We'll check out Mike Scioscia's starting 9 for the Angels tonight at 68 and 62, as we pointed out. Now currently 4 games back in the wild card. Mike Trout leading things off in center field. Torrey Hunter's in right. Albert Pujols serving as the DH once again. Mark Trumbo, the cleanup hitter at first base. Howie Kendrick at second base. Eric Ibar, the shortstop. Meister Sturis gets the start at third. It's Vernon Wells in left field, and Chris Iannetta doing the catching and batting ninth as they take on the 28-year-old left-hander native of Tacoma, Washington. His name is John Lester.
John Lester fastball 91-95, down slightly when he used to throw up in the 97-98 range. There's a cut fastball, very good curveball, and solid changeup.
He'll face Mike Trout to lead things off for the Angels here in the 131st game of the season. The first one is outside. Trout last night 1 for 5. The first inning single came around to score a run. .339, 25 home runs, 74 runs batted in, 22 doubles and 6 triples. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. They wanted a peel. He did not go. So Sam Holbrook at first base. And it is 2-0.
A number of fastballs from Lester. 54% normal fastball, 2-seam, 4-seam, and then of course around 21% cut fastball. So 75 overall percent. It's going to be hard stuff against you.
That one's outside. Lester falls behind at 3 balls and no strikes. 161 innings of work for Lester this year. 169 hits, 139 strikeouts, and 50 walks. He's been very good over the last 3 starts. A 3-0 record. 3-0 pitch. And that is a 4-pitch walk. Leadoff man is on board for the Angels. We'll check out the Red Sox defensively tonight. Podsednik, Ellsbury, Ross in the outfield from left to right. Siriaco, Aviles, Pedroia, Loney from third to first. A long way behind the plate.
Siriaco at third base with John Lester on the hill. All right-handed lineup for Mike Sosa against Lester with the cut fastball. Be active coming in on those plays at third base. Has an extremely strong throwing arm in that position. 12 starts already that third base spot. Has also played some short and second for the Red Sox.
So Trout is on board via the walk. Torrey Hunter steps in to going 3 for 5 last night. His average of 294. Torrey looks at a strike. Torrey with decent numbers against John Lester. 5 for 12 in his career. 2 of the 3 hits that he had last night. Doubles. His 399th and 400th doubles of his career. He has 18 on the season. This one looped out towards shallow center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Trout a little bit of a stutter step between first and second. He'll end up at third. Had to make sure that ball was going to fall. And the Angels have runners at the corner with nobody out here in the first.
Well, I like that gamble too by Trout as that ball falls in left center field in front of Ellsbury. He's not possessing a strong throwing arm. He had to go a long way, plays deep in center field. And you have to press the issue against John Lester, a guy when he's on a roll, very difficult to score against. By being aggressive, you have first and third and Pujols coming up with a chance to get an early lead.
So Albert will step up, hitting .285 with 29 home runs and 88 runs batted in. 1 for 3 last night, including an RBI. First time Pujols has ever faced John Lester. The first one's down low, dug out by LeBarnway. 1 ball, no strikes.
5 wild pitches for Lester this year. Majority of them on his hard curveball in the dirt. Haven't seen that pitch yet.
Red Sox, of course, with nobody out here in the first inning, played back looking for the double play ball. Wheeler's cheating in a couple of steps at the shortstop position. Siriaco back at third. Now Albert tired of waiting, and Joe West with the shrug of the shoulders, he was kind of curious as to what was taking so long as well.
He's one umpire who likes to pick up the pace if he can.
The 1-0 pitch. We'll look at a strike, 1-1. Pitch in the last 3 starts for John Lester, going 3-0. Defeated Cleveland at Progressive Field on August 12th. Defeated the Yankees at Yankee Stadium on the 18th. And then took care of Kansas City at Fenway Park on the 24th. 1-1. This one's ripped down the line. That's a foul ball. Into the corner she goes. Trout will score. Hunter on his way to third. Dino Evers got the windmill going. Hunter is going to score. The Angels have a 2-0 lead.
Just like we've seen the first 2 games of the series against the Red Sox, some early run support for the starting pitcher. Albert crushes that down the line. RBI for 89 and then 90. Boy, he was quick through that baseball inside. Jumped over that cutter in and by Siriaco at third base.
35th double of the year for Albert Pujols. Nobody out here in the first. 2-0 Angels. Here's Mark Trumbo.
The key to have success against a cut fastball in the inner half is get it out in front of the plate, and that's what Pujols did.
First one to Trumbo is ripped down a line but foul. Just out in front of Allen.
See the approach, trying to get that cut fastball out in front before it cuts in on your hands and breaks your bat.
Trumbo last night went 0 for 4, hitting .277 on the year with 30 home runs and 80 runs batted in. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Mike Trout scoring his 103rd run of the season, setting a new rookie record for the Angels. Von White at 102 back in 1987. Oh-2 on the way. Off speed, and he chases it. And there's the first down here, the first. Strikeout of Trumbo. So Albert's still at second base, and Howie Kendrick coming up.
Lester possesses a pretty good curveball when he can get ahead of the count. That was the swing and miss one he had. That's one to be very successful of late. He's going 3-0 in his last 3 starts, including 20 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts for him.
There's Howie with 1 out, a man in scoring position. First one's in the dirt. Howie with a 15-game hitting streak after going 2 for 4 last night. .292 with 7 home runs and 48 runs batted in.
Did a nice job against left-handed pitching this year also. .312 batting average against lefties.
Career high for Kendrick as far as hit streak, 18. They set last year. This one's out towards center field. Ellsbury moving back on it will make the catch. Pujols will stay at second. 2 outs. So it's up to Eric Ibar to bring home Pujols. The Angels up 2-0 here in the first.
Albert thought about tagging up on that play right there, but there's no sense of forcing that issue. You're already in scoring position. You don't want to press that calf issue if you don't have to.
Ibar had a couple of doubles last night, finishing up going 2 for 4. Now with 24 doubles on the year, hitting .274. The first one is up and away.
Look at our Mazda league leaders as far as highest averages in the American League in the month of August. Eric Ibar, 354. Only David Murphy hitting higher at 361. This fielder just below at 353.
1-0 pitch. Eric bounces one toward the hole. Aviles has it, off balance throw, and Loney keeps the foot on the bag. The inning comes to an end. But the Angels strike first to get a couple of runs. Albert Pujols. RBIs 89 and 90. The Angels lead it. of the second. A gorgeous sunset setting here in Southern California. The Angels, after the game, will travel up to Seattle to start a 3-game series at gorgeous Safeco Field beginning tomorrow night. Boston will be headed up to the Bay Area to take on the red-hot Oakland Athletics. Greinke had himself a 1-2-3 first, and he'll face Loney, Ross, and Saltalamacchia here in the second. The first one is down low. Loney got into the game yesterday as a defensive replacement, did get an at-bat and picked up the single. Now 4 for 13 as a member of the Red Sox. It's 2-0. Loney with the Dodgers this year, 114 games at 254. 18 doubles, 4 home runs, 33 runs batted in. On base percentage of .302. Takes a 2-0 fastball. First strike, 2-1.
Well, Zach has that ability to get right back into account. Challenge a hitter with his fastball because he has late movement downward action on that pitch.
This one back toward the middle. Ibar diving, stops, got it from his knees, throws to first. The one hopper can't be handled by Trumbo. It goes off the screen, and Loney will stay at first base. If Trumbo comes up with it, Loney is out. Instead, Loney will reach in what should be credited with probably an infield single, and it sure is.
Like great range, Ibar had to throw it. You talk about full extension, diving, throwing from his knees. And it's a tough play, too, for Trumbo as the runner is coming right down the line as the baseball is going towards his glove. What range. What an athlete at shortstop, Eric Ibar.
First base runner for Boston. Cody Ross fouls off the first pitch. Straight back, and it's 0-1. Ross 0 for 4 last night. Back out in right field for Bobby Valentine. Hit 278. 19 home runs, 67 runs batted in. Almost hit his 20th last night against Jerome Williams. That was a foul ball down the line. Eventually struck out. This one out toward right center field. Hit pretty well. Torrey going back on it. Stepping onto the track. He'll make the catch. Loney heads back to first. Day game, that might be a different story.
Yeah, it's not going to carry quite as well at night, even though it's still warm. That should give you the confidence. If you're a pitcher, you can throw a fastball away and trust it's going to be able to stay in the yard against a right-handed batter. Force him to hit to the big part of the yard with your fastball or keep it down.
One out, one on. Jared Saltalamacchia, the designated hitter. Switch hitting catcher by trade, takes outside. Saltalamacchia did not play last night. Did get the start against Weaver in Tuesday night's game. Ended up going 2 for 4, including his 22nd home run of the year. A 2 RBI night. A 231 average. That pitch misses away, and it's 2-0.
21 of his 22 home runs hit from this side of the plate. 47 of his 52 RBI also.
He's a guy that you can get to chase the breaking pitch if you bounce it. Jared made a mistake the other day and left one up.
Yeah, caught too much of the plate. It was down, but he's going to get it. If it doesn't hit the dirt, you're going into his wheelhouse as far as a breaking pitch down and in. But because he likes that pitch, as a pitcher, you could bounce one, you get a swing and miss against him.
2-1 on the way. That missed inside. Took something off. It's 3 balls and a strike.
His changeup has a lot of movement on it. Was it circle changeup? Runs away from a left-handed batter.
Loney, the base runner at first base. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count. 3-2. Saltalamacchia takes that one down low and he walked him. So 2 out with 1 out. Lavarnway coming up. Fans, time is running out to reserve your suite rental for the month of September. Suites offer 12 to 36 guests the opportunity to enjoy the game in an intimate and luxurious atmosphere. To reserve your suite today, call 888-796-HALO or log on at angels.com/suites. 2 men on with 1 out. Brian Lavarnway, the catcher, stepping up. The pride of El Camino Real High School. Had a 1-for-4 game last night. That one misses down low, and it's 1-0.
What a pretty successful baseball program at El Camino Real. And then Chatsworth High School always battling out for the city championship.
Two balls and no strikes. Seen this to been a little bit of a common theme so far for Zach Greinke. Only twice has he thrown first pitch strikes tonight.
He's had 4 2-0 counts in this game so far. Remember a couple starts ago where he had trouble with command of his two-seam fastball, was moving too much. That's when you, as a pitcher, you stay in the middle of the plate and trust down whether it's going to go inside or outside, but you can't start it on the corner because it's very difficult for an umpire to work with you and call that a strike.
A quick visit by Mike Butcher. See the 28 total pitches, 15 balls, 13 strikes. Loney with a leadoff infield single. Cody Ross a fly to right, and Saltalamacchia drawing the walk on a 3-2 pitch.
It's the first time he's gone 3-0 after being behind 2-0. He's come back with a strike. And one thing Zach is trying to avoid, to put himself in a situation for a big inning going against him. He has that ability to work down, get a ground ball, and get 2 outs with 1 pitch.
So back-to-back walks and loads them up here in the second. Again, facing guys that he has not faced before. Saltalamacchia was 1-for-7 in his career against him. And that was Lavarnway's first plate appearance. This is Aviles' first plate appearance against Zach Greinke in his career. He was the DH last night and went 2-for-4 and 257. The first one is a strike.
Teammates together over in Kansas City. Very aggressive fastball hitter. Took that fastball in the outside corner, though.
13 home runs, 58 runs batted in for Aviles. Has 27 doubles, just a 287 on base percentage. Base is full of Red Sox. Loney at third, Saltalamacchia at second, Lavarnway at first base. Angels getting 2 in the bottom of the first, courtesy of the Pujols 2 RBI double. 1-0 pitch, breaking pitch. He checked his swing. Nice block by Iannetta. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boston last night 1-for-10 with men in scoring position, 3-for-16 in the series. Hunter shallow at right, Trout shallow at center. 1-1 out towards center field. This one will chase Trout back. It'll score a run. Trout will make the catch. That is out number 2 as the throw comes into second base. Sac fly for Aviles, scores Loney. 2-1 Angels. Saltalamacchia ends up at third. Lavarnway stays at first. I'll bring up Siriaco, the third baseman.
One of those little things that Mike Trout does. He gets back and makes the play, but he throws it in quickly. Now, Saltalamacchia would never be in a situation where he's going to round third and try to score sometimes, but a lot of times
when an outfielder just lobs the ball into the cutoff man. The third base coach will see that. If you have a speedy runner at second base, they'll attempt to try to send them home at times, especially when you have two pitchers like this going at it tonight, John Lester and Zach Greinke.
First one is in there for a strike. Siriaco hitting .345 with Boston. Going 1 for 5 last night, making his 46th game. A couple of home runs, 16 runs batted in. Very good speed. Breaking pitch cued foul. It's 0-2.
What we saw a lot in Detroit, a lot of 0-2 counts. The first one of the game here for Greinke. Now you look for trust in your catcher. Can you bounce a breaking pitch to get a swing and miss, throw it in the dirt, and have him be able to keep that in front of him?
0-2 on the way. Jammed with a fastball up and in. And the one pitch that was effective against Siriaco at Fenway Park, if memory serves me correctly, was the slider, the hard slider.
He has a tendency to pull off the baseball, and if it's on the outer part of the plate and down, you can get an out here.
Boston with a run, courtesy of the sac fly by Mike Aviles. Stoppage in play. Swing and a miss. Down goes Siriaco. The inning comes to an end, but Boston gets on the board. We'll head to the bottom of the second. The Angels up 2-1. A hangar one, vodka made in California in an actual aircraft hangar. High above, the Angels up 2-1 as we start this bottom of the second inning. Sturis, Wells, and Iannetta, the bottom third of the order against John Lester. We had a walk, a strikeout, and a couple of hits allowed in the first. Settled down after that double by Pujols, striking out Trumbo, getting Kendrick to fly out to center. High bar to ground out to short. Meister looks at a strike. The Sturis hitting .259 on the season. A couple of home runs, 18 runs batted in. 5 for 11 in his career against Lester. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Curveball, first pitch, changeup, although he guided that pitch. Look like you're going to see a fastball now.
This one line to right field. Ross is playing shallow, moves over toward the foul line and makes the catch for the first out.
This approach by Mice did it well. Ross in position to run that line drive to the outfield down.
One out, nobody on for Vernon Wells. 227 this year. 9 home runs, 22 runs batted in. First start in the series. Rips one to left field, but Sednick back a couple of steps, makes the catch. 2 outs. First start for Vernon since Sunday's game in Detroit. 2 outs and nobody on for Chris Iannetta, the catcher.
What we've seen from the right-handed batters against Lester, when he throws that cut fastball in the inner half, they're getting the bat head out quicker to be able to take away that sharp break at the end. Ball was hit well by Vernon, but right at Sednick and left.
Iannetta hitting .248 this season with 7 home runs and 20 runs batted in. Picked up his 7th home run last night over the wall in left center field. A 2-run shot. Tonight going 2 for 4. He's hit well against Boston this year. 10 for 21. This one out to the alley in right center field. Ross moving that way. Lester gets 3 fly ball outs. The Angels get out quietly here in the second. 2 complete. The Halos still on top. Lead. Want to remind you that the Angels want to honor our youngest fans on September the 9th. Angels taking on the Tigers at 12:35. All kids in attendance will have a chance to win great prizes like Dana Wharf fishing passes, San Diego Zoo passes, Disneyland passes, and more. To purchase your tickets, just log on at angels.com or shop by the Angel Stadium ticket office. Top of the order for Boston. But Sednick, Pedroia, and Ellsbury. Against Zach Greinke with 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 1 hit allowed. Sednick popped out to Mark Trumbo to start off the ballgame. 1 ball, 1 strike. Slow breaking pitch drops in there, 1-2.
So far in this sequence, 2 slow curveballs for strikes against Sednick.
Gets him to chase another one. Iannetta will throw down to first to complete the strikeout. There's the first down here to third.
good break to all three of those curveballs in that sequence against Pasednik. This one to get the swing miss a little harder. 12-6 variety on the break. Nice job by Iannetta to be able to smother that baseball and throw out Pasednik to complete the strikeout.
That was almost like the two-strike approach we saw from Pasednik in the 6th inning last night with 2 strikes. Got an off-speed pitch, just chopped it down over the mound and picked up an infield base hit. Looked like he was trying to do the exact same thing there.
Yeah, I think when you face a hitter like Pasednik, he wants a fastball preferably up so he can just hit it to all fields. It slows down his approach when you throw a good slow curveball. It takes away his ability to be able to punch it into the outfield and forces him to try to chop it at home plate.
Pedroia rips one out to left field. Wells giving chase near the wall. Can't make the play. It's over his head. Pedroia will end up at second with a 1-out double. 31st double of the year.
Well, this time around, last at bat, you got Pedroia on a high fastball, inner half. This time he was ready for it. Turns on an overhead of Vernon Wells for a double for Pedroia. Talked about that at Fenway Park, how quick he is on fastballs inside. Even if you elevate the fastball, he's on it.
Tying run in scoring position with 1 out here in the 3rd. Center fielder Ellsbury at the plate. Grounded out to Trumbo to end the 1st inning. Oh, 1 pitch. Off speed. Bouncer back over the mound. Ibar has it. 2 outs. Nice play by Eric as Pedroia ends up at 3rd.
Nice job by Greinke to slow that down enough to allow Ibar to come in on that play and throw out Ellsbury, who runs well. Very athletic. Greinke jumps up off the glove, slows it down enough, and Ibar's there to pick him up. Eric Ibar can cover a ton of ground at that shortstop position. It's on the second base side of the base.
So 2 outs, Pedroia at 3rd. Here's Loney. The infield single leading off to second and scored a run. Takes a strike. Loney with a quick glance back to Joe West. What a what? Only other game that is ongoing currently in the American League in Kansas City. Royals leading the Tigers 2-1. That game is in the top of the 9th inning. Tigers were shut out 1-0 last night. Slow breaking pitch outside, 2-1. Everything else in final. Oakland defeated Cleveland 12-7. Baltimore defeated Chicago 5-3. Seattle over Minnesota 5-4. Toronto shut out Tampa Bay. 2-1 pitch. 2-2. They've seen Loney glance back twice now on that pitch. I think you just go right back out to it.
Might as well. I mean, it may or may not be a baseball off that corner, but if you have established the fact that you can hit that spot, the umpires generally will work with you.
This one lined toward left field. Wells there trying to keep his eye on the ball, and he does. Looks like he lost it in the lights. Nice play as the inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. The Angels still lead it. FoxSportsWest.com's Prep Zone platform streams 4 SoCal matchups live at 7 p.m. on Fox Sports West at 10:30 p.m. It's Corona Centennial versus St. Bonaventure. For the complete schedule, game analysis, and more, visit FoxSportsWest.com/PrepZone.
Pretty good matchup there. St. Bonaventure, always one of the better programs in high school football.
The Angels with a 2-1 lead here in the third inning. Trout, Hunter, and Pujols 1, 2, and 3 against John Lesser. And a 7-pitch second inning. The first one is outside. We had a 1-2-3 inning. And 3 fly ball outs. Trout led off the bottom of the first on a 4-pitch walk and eventually scored on the Pujols double. No official at bat for him. Breaking pitch is in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. It said that Trout had set a new rookie record for the Angels. Actually tied Devon White with his 103rd run scored. So we're going to miss on the off speed. It is 1-2. It goes without saying he will be setting a new record soon.
So far, a curveball and changeup last 2 pitches, trying to stay away against Trout. Wide open gap in right center field if they're going to stay away against him.
This one's pulled foul on the third base line. The count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Get closer and closer to the month of September, and then you really start to hear the banter as far as MVPs and Cy Youngs and the like. The one thing that keeps coming out from a national perspective is how much a player means to their team. This Lester delivers the 1-2. This one grounded over to short. Aviles comes in, and there are 2 outs, or pardon me, 1 out to start off this third inning. One thing that stands out for Trout that many aren't talking about is the fact that he's done most of the damage, the numbers he's put up. He's done it in 4 months, not a traditional 5 months. He didn't start the season with the big leagues, or in the big leagues, till April 28th.
And when you think about it, didn't get a lot of work in spring training, also dealing with an illness and then a shoulder issue. Phenomenal numbers, phenomenal season so far for him.
Lester gets him on the ground out as Torrey takes outside. And just another thing to put into perspective is the numbers that he continues to put up in a short amount of time. Now, granted, as a leadoff man, you're going to get more plate appearances. Those numbers will build up very quickly for you, but just imagine if you've been lead off since day 1.
And then we talked about it in spring training. We didn't see him at all, really. I mean, to be able to have those type of swings, usually down in spring training, a hitter's like about 30 or 40 at bats just to get their timing down. He didn't have that luxury because the AAA puts up great numbers, and here he is coming up in April 28th and is taking off.
It's 3 balls and no strikes. Hunter had himself a bloop single to the first. Eventually scored a run, so he's 1 for 1. (3-1) pitch. This one shot through the hole on the right shot. It's Torrey's second hit of the night. Snaps a string of 7 straight, retired by Lester since the 2 RBI double by Albert.
Now let's take a look at our AT&T U-verse replay. Albert Pujols, his first at bat, jumps over a cutter on the inner half. Gets the bat head out in front of the plate to take away that sharp break on the cut fastball and down the line for a double, producing 2 runs, now giving him RBI number 89 and 90. Speaking of nice approach, what a nice approach Torrey had for a base hit in the right field against Lester.
First one's down low to Albert. The double that he hit is 35th of the year.
Lester has allowed 8 stolen bases in 10 attempts. He has no pickoffs this year yet. He does have a real good slide step, quick to the plate.
One ball, 1 strike. Short lead for Hunter over at first base. Long pause for Lester. This one's fouled back 1-2. Albert with the 2 RBIs in the first, as Gooby pointed out, giving him 90 on the season. That's every season in the big leagues for Pujols. This being his 12th 90 or more runs batted in. Only year in which he did not get to the century mark was last year. As far as RBIs, at 99, 147 games.
And missed some time when he had a wrist injury last year. You think about the numbers he didn't put up early, just like Mike Trout wasn't around. Phenomenal since May came around for Pujols.
1-2. That's down the line. It is hooking and it is foul. Just out in front of the off-speed pitch.
Well, even with an off-speed pitch, still, even though the hips have opened up, he's allowed to keep his hands back and still square it up the baseball, even though he was out in front initially on the off-speed pitch.
Hunter on board with a 1-out single, standing at first base. The Angels scoring twice in the first, Boston getting one in the second. Broken bat single into left field. There's that cut fastball down and in. Now he picks up his second knock. So 2 on with 1 out. Trouble coming up.
Like Cutter mentioned, Victor was in and off the plate down, yet still able to get the bat head through and get it through the hole. And that's the approach, tucking the hands in to be able to get the bat head out in front. So important against a guy, especially a guy that has that hard cut fastball like Lester.
Well, the only strikeout that Lester has picked up tonight was against Mark Trumbo. That was in the first inning. So Mark's 0 for 1 as he steps in now. Got a couple of off-speed pitches.
He jumped on a cut fastball. The first pitch that Lester threw and just pulled it foul. I believe he's going to try to throw something off speed against him.
One ball, no strikes. That game in Kansas City. Now final. The Royals hang on to win that one. 2-1 over the Tigers. Here it's 2-1 Angels. Bottom of the third. 1 out, 2 on.
Was a product of Mark looking for a fastball and expanding his strike zone against a pitch that is down.
One ball, 1 strike. Now with Kendrick on deck.
When the one thing Mark has said of late, he's swinging a lot of pitches out of the strike zone that are not strikes 2 times in this at bat. And you'll see that, even though Effort's been working with him, trying to get him, bring pitches up in the zone, get him around knee level so he can attack it. When you start to struggle, your strike zone expands, and he's swinging the pitches out of the zone at this point.
And as a pitcher facing him, you don't have to throw him a strike, is what you're saying.
You should never throw anything near the strike zone until he starts laying off that. Early in the season was taking a lot of walks. Lately, he's been expanding his zone.
The 1-2. Missed it off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You think with that pitch, that's for show in there, just missed. Mark may see a curveball now.
Lester last year a 15-game winner and 31 strikes, a 19-game winner 2 years ago. He's got Hunter standing at second, Pujols at first. 2-2 on the way. Trumbo chops it to the left side. That's a base hit. Torrey, a little bit of a late start. He's going to be waved in. They're going to challenge Podsednik. The throw is cut off. The relay's not in time. RBI single for Mark Trumbo. It is 3-1 Halos.
Nice job there by Mark. Got a breaking pitch, which we thought the Lester would throw to him, but it got the strike zone. And Mark base hit, 81st RBI for him. And through the hole between short and third, and you got to appreciate what Dino Ebel does. He's challenging the arm, even though Besednik has the baseball. When Torrey's touching third base, a lot of times you won't see that, but because of that throwing arm of Besednik, he was going to challenge, and Torrey scores.
You're almost seeing the approach of Besednik throwing to a cutoff man. We saw it last night with Pedroia out in shallow center field, relaying a throw in from Ellsbury, and really getting out there and almost got Torrey at the plate as the ball sailed on him. The first one is outside. This is Alberto Callaspo pinch hitting now for Howie Kendrick. So that happened without us knowing about it. Now we hit a fly ball to center field in the first inning. This one looped over the head of Aviles into left center. That's going to score Pujols. Stopping at second is Trumbo, and it's 4-1 Angels.
Again, you're going to get some flares in the outfield when you're facing a pitcher with a cut fastball, because it's going to be elevated enough, and you jam them, but if you're strong enough, you can get over the infielder's head, and it produces a run for Callaspo. Another cutter in, and quick through that swing. The approach has been great for the Angels, even though that ball wasn't exactly squared up, but if you bring your hands in enough, you can make good contact against a very good cut fastball from John Lester.
So Callaspo, who was pinch hitting for Howie Kendrick, picks up his 38th run batted in. What will happen is Callaspo will move to third, and Asturis will move to second base. We're told that Howie Kendrick left the game due to right knee soreness. The Angels have 2 on, 1 out, and Eric Ibar coming up. Ibar grounded a short to end the first inning. He's 0 for 1.
Well, let's look at what has happened in the game, and for Howie, hasn't been involved in any plays defensively, but I think out of the batter's box, he hit that ball well. His first at bat, but maybe out of the batter's box tweaked the leg.
This one fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike on Ibar.
When last night game, 4 runs in the first, 4 in the third. So far tonight, 2 in the first, 2 in the third for the offense.
Trumbo snapping at 0 for 17 with an RBI single. Callaspo, the pinch hitter, picking up an RBI single himself. The 1-1. Ibar chops it to short. Aviles lays back on it. They get the force out at second, and that is it. So 2 outs as Ibar reaches on the fielder's choice. Runners at the corners now for Asturis.
Even last inning when John Lester had a 1-2-3 inning, all 3 of those baseballs were squared up very well. Asturis to right, Vernon Wells to left, and Ionetta to the right. All 3 hit right on the nose against Lester.
Asturis 0 for 1. Lined out to Cody Ross in right field. Pops this one up on the infield. Loney calls off Lester, and the inning comes to an end. The Angels strike for 2 on 4 hits, and they leave 2 on. We're through 3, and the Angels have a 4-1 lead. team and the pitching coach, John Lester, talking things over. Lester facing 7 men in the 3rd inning, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits. Alberto Callaspo remains in the game. He'll play 3rd. Meister Sturz shifts over to second base. Cody Ross will lead things off for Boston here in the 4th. Slow curveball misses down low. Ross hit a fly ball out to deep right field in the 2nd inning, so he's over 1. Two and 0. This one line to center field. Trout coming on. Dives, can't make the play. Gets away from him. Ross will stay at first base. Leadoff single for Cody Ross.
2-0 swinging for Ross. Gets a fastball. It's a line drive right in center field as Trout's diving in. Home was able to make the play. One of those plays too, you either slide from one way or the other or dive forward off the end of the glove. So I'll make a play early in the series on a similar type of line drive at him.
So man on for Jared Saltalamacchia. Drew a walk in the 2nd inning. Back-to-back walks issued by Greinke in that 2nd that loaded the bases up for Boston in that frame. And Aviles had a sac flies. The first one is a fastball on the corner. 0-1. This one down the left field line, slicing away from Vernon Wells toward the corner, and that is a foul ball. 0-2.
Vernon has to go a long way because Saltalamacchia, when he drives the ball, is generally going to be the right field to right center when he's hitting from the left side.
Saltalamacchia back at the home plate area. Originally the Atlanta Braves system. Texas in the Mark Teixeira mega deal. Then on to Boston. The 0-2. Almost got him chasing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Iannetta asked for help, but Rob Drake says he did not go.
Wow, that's a pretty good pitch. Trying to paint the outside corner and get in the outside corner in 94. Although Iannetta was set up for a high fastball, but still right on the corner.
It was a strike earlier in the game. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cody Ross with a leadoff single, standing at first base. 1 stolen base for him this year. He's been caught once. Saltalamacchia backing out. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. There's the first out here, the 4th. Strikeout number 4 for Greinke as he gives Saltalamacchia the changeup. Take a look at our AT&T trivia question for the season. Tonight we ask, can you name the only American League team the Angels have swept in a regular season series? Angels taking the 3 last week at Fenway, the first 2 of this series. Barnway takes outside. He also drew a walk in that 2nd inning. Stranded at first base. 2-0.
We've heard that a lot tonight.
Yep. 60th pitch of the night for Greinke. Mentioned the 4 strikeouts, 2 walks.
He's been able to fight his way back in a lot of counts. That changeup he threw to Saltalamacchia was outstanding to get a swing and miss.
Two-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Stayed away from him with that fastball.
Well, we've both talked about that pitch and location so often this year. It's such an outstanding spot to throw, especially if you could throw hard like Greinke. 92 outside corner, try to keep her on knee level. Get a lot of swing and misses or ground ball outs.
Two-one. Tied 3 balls and a strike. Greinke kind of shaking his head there a little bit. Mike Aviles, who had the sac fly in the second, is on deck. A 4-1 Angels lead here in the 4th.
Cody Ross with only 1 stolen base and 2 attempts this year. Some attention from Greinke.
3-1 is fouled back. Full count now. See if Ross takes off here. Full count of 1 out. A lot of throws over to first base.
Sometimes as a pitcher, just to step off the pitching rubber, just to make that runner at first base aware that you're thinking about him, is just as effective.
Ross doesn't go. The 3-2 is popped up. Near home plate, Iannetta spins around. Gets called off by Callaspo, makes the basket catch.
That's a real tough play for a catcher to have to turn around and make that play. Fortunately enough, at the last second, Chris got called off by Callaspo. Again, Greinke's in there to direct traffic. Last second gets out of the way. Much easier play for the third baseman coming in and fielding that pop-up.
Yeah, fortunately for the Angels, Ross was right around the bag at first. So had that ball dropped. We've had the force out at second base. Glad it was caught. Ross still at first. Here's Mike Aviles. Took his 59th RBI on that sac fly. Did he go around? No. So Sam Holbrook. Fly ball that Aviles hit was out to center field. No play on James Lowe. Ball hit deep enough. 3 hits tonight for Boston. 1 each in the last 3 innings. His lone 1-2-3 frame came in the first inning. Zednik, Pedroia, and Ellsbury putting a strikeout. Last year has retired the Angels in order once, and that was in the second. In the air to left center field. Wells and Trout giving chase. Mike Trout calls off Vernon Wells, and the inning comes to an end. No runs, a hit, man left on. Went to the bottom of the 4th. The Angels up 4-1. right, the new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit AT&T.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. The Angels with a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. John Lester to face Vernon Wells. The first one is down low. 8-9-1 for the Angels here in the fourth. Wells, Iannetta, and Trout. Vernon saw one pitch in the second inning and lined out sharply to put Sednick at left. The count is evened up on him at 1-1. Two and one. Lester's just thrown his 52nd pitch of the night. One strikeout, one walk, and 6 hits allowed. 2 in the first, 4 in the third. Angels have had their leadoff man reach just once, and that was Trout in the first inning. Eventually scored. And that's a leadoff walk. Second issued by the left-hander. Check out our AT&T trivia question tonight. The only American League team the Angels have swept in a regular season series is, you got a guess?
Oh, well, I was thinking Baltimore for some reason. Yeah. Especially in the early 90s when they were struggling.
How many guys off the 2004 Kansas City Royals can you name? Now, 04 would have been the year after the Tony Pena good season that they had in Kansas City. Wells takes off. The hit and run is on. Iannetta gets a single to right. Wells does not stop, and he'll end up at third.
A nice approach. Good swing by Iannetta, who continues to swing the bat exceptionally well. Even the out he made in his first at bat, the second inning, was right on the nose of right center field that Ross ran down. His hands back well. They're looking to go the other way with the hit and run on. Vern is able to pick up the track of the baseball into the outfield and cruises into third.
Here's Trout 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. Fastball is high.
I'm thinking Carlos Beltran. Same name like it might have been on that team in 2004.
He was on that team. Your guy Joe Randall was on there.
The Joker. The smile.
It's a great nickname. 1-1. Ken Harvey was their first baseman. Tony Graffinino. Is he in your book?
No.
Oh.
No. Trying to think of that, but no.
Wells with a leadoff walk stands at third. Iannetta with a single stands at first. The 1-1 pitch. Trout bounces this one to short. Aviles feeds Pedroia for one. The relay is in tie. The run will score. No RBI for Trout. It's a 5-1 Angels lead. So 2 outs and the bases clear now for Torrey Hunter.
Six double play that Mike has hit into. Look at him to hit in a double play. You have to hit it well, and he did so to short for 6-4-3 double play against him.
Torrey tonight 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, 2 runs scored. Shoots this one foul just next to the dugout. 0-1 count.
And that batting average closer and closer to the 300 mark again. 297 for Torrey.
0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pujols on deck, also 2 for 2. 2 RBI double to the first, a single and a run scored to the third. 2-1. If you're just tuning in, Howie Kendrick got one plate appearance in the first inning with a fly ball to deep center. And to our surprise, was pinch hit for in the third. We were told that he was taken out due to right knee soreness.
Tough way to lose your hitting streak also.
Yep. Snaps it at 15 games. 0 for 1.
That's why I always think you marvel at Joe DiMaggio's hit streak of 56 games.
3-1, line to left, and that's going to fall in for a hit. Third hit of the night for Torrey Hunter. Now 8 for 15 in his career against Leicester.
Boy, some hitters are just comfortable against certain pitchers, and Torrey definitely feels that way against Leicester because he plays into his hand. Torrey's always been a guy very quick on the inner half of the plate, and Leicester, a lot of cut fastballs and fastballs in.
So 2 outs and a man on for Pujols. 5-1 Angels here in the fourth. That one caught the outside corner. 8th hit tonight for the Angels against John Lester.
5 have been produced by Torrey Hunter and Albert Pujols. 5 for 5 so far.
Most hits he's allowed since July 22nd start against Toronto. Climbed the ladder with that fastball.
Remember a few years ago, Lester used to throw 96, 97 with his fastball consistently. That cut fastball has taken away a lot of velocity from some power pitchers over the years.
That looked like a chapped fastball to me. They gave up the base hit to Torrey. Oh, 2. This one's hooked foul. Count remains at 0 balls, 2 strikes. Lester had a stretch in which he made 7 starts and went winless. 0-5 during that stretch before reeling off. Wins in his last 3 games. One and 2. One strikeout and a couple of walks tonight. 67 pitches thrown by the lefty. 40 have been strikes. This one's looped out towards center field. Ellsbury will put it away, and the inning comes to an end. The Angels get a run. We will head to the 5th with the Angels leading at 5-1. One Angels, top of the fifth inning. Victor Rojas and Mark Gubas inside our broadcast booth. Glad you could join us. And Zach Greinke's thrown the ball well, although command's been a little bit off for him, but he's been able to work out of some jams.
Yeah, he's had a couple 2-0 counts in this game, but he's able to get back into the count. His changeup's been very good. Also, the movement on his two-seam fastball, excellent. And the approach by the hitters against John Lester has been great so far, getting that cut fastball out in front and doing some damage. Torrey Hunter, 3 hits. Albert Pujols, 2 hits. So 5 of 6 from your 2 and 3 hitters in your lineup.
Zach facing 9-1-2 here the fifth inning. The curveball to Siriaco misses outside, and it's 1-1. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 hits allowed by Greinke. Siriaco a strikeout victim himself in the second. Two and one. Next pitch will be the 70th for Greinke tonight.
Well, Zach has such smooth mechanics, but at times when he's trying to hit the outside part of the plate, whether with his fastball or breaking pitch, he jumps towards that part of the plate.
3-1 is in there. A little more compact, smooth delivery there. Full count.
And sometimes as a pitcher, you try to hit the outside corner, especially against a right-handed batter, and you try to force the issue instead of allowing your arm angle to be able to get you to that spot of the plate.
Payoff pitch. Siriaco grounds one to short, backhanded by Ibar. Strong throw, gets the speedy runner. There's the first out here, the fifth. Check out our upcoming schedule. 3 road trips left for the Angels. This one starts tonight as they leave after the game, heading to Seattle for 3, and then 3 at Oakland beginning on Labor Day. 4 of the 6 games are day games. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. Then it's back home to take on the Tigers and a big 4-game series against Oakland here at the Big A before going out on the road again.
A lot of teams to play. They're involved in the wild card race in the American League for the Angels. So if they play well, the Angels, you have a shot. Comes down to your ability to beat the teams ahead of you.
Scott Podsednik lofts the first one, foul and out of play. It's 0-1. Podsednik, the leadoff man, is 0 for 2. He's popped out the trombone. He has struck out.
You think slow curveball right now?
As long as it's down.
Remember the changeup.
And a good one.
He's had great movement on this. Is the best change that I've seen from Greinke as a member of the Angels. He's always had a good one. He's staying within his mechanics very well as far as throwing that pitch.
Oh, 2 on away. Breaking pitch. Got him looking. Down goes Podsednik. 2 outs.
Looked like a backdoor cut fastball for Greinke. You talk about locating a pitch perfectly. Comes back and catches the corner after a changeup the pitch before. Freezes a hitter.
Pedroia takes a strike on the outside corner. He doubled in the third inning with 1 out and was stranded at third base. 1 for 2 tonight. Chopper to the left side. Callaspo cuts it off on the short hop, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Zach Greinke. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth with the Angels leading at 5-1. Alberto Callaspo making a nice play to finish off the top of the inning.
That's very difficult. Short hop for Callaspo to come in on the baseball and a strong throw to get that final out. But the reality is also he was not in the game to start with. Howie Kendrick with his second, Meister Storrs the third, so it makes it even more difficult to come off the bench and make a tough play like that.
Mark Trumbo leads things off by looking at a strike. It'll be Trumbo, Callaspo, and Ibar here in the fifth. Mark snapping at 0 for 17 with an RBI single in the third, picking up his 81st RBI. That's one pitch that Lester has not had a feel for yet tonight. Change up.
Yeah, he's forcing that. Dropping his elbow. Very difficult to throw that in the strike zone when you do that.
1-1.
That's a pretty good sign right there. Trumbo laying off two pitches that were down and out of the strike zone. That last at bat. Got a breaking pitch, but got it in the strike zone and got his RBI single with that approach. 81 RBI on the season for Trumbo.
Fouled off to the right.
Vendor.
Nice catch by a Vendor on the ricochet. Self-preservation.
Yes, it was.
Now the 2-2. This one's hit in the air toward right. Cody Ross moving over. One out. Fans autographed authentic jerseys worn by members of the O2 World Championship team. The 10th anniversary celebration are now available for auction until tomorrow on angels.com/auctions. Proceeds will benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. One out, nobody on for Alberto Callaspo. Pinch hit for Kendrick in the third inning. Picked up an RBI single. He'll look at a strike. Callaspo now 2 for 7 in his career against Lester. Pedroia going out on this fly ball, calls Ross off. 2 away. Here's Eric Ibar with 2 outs and nobody on. Ibar's 0 for 2. Ground ball to fielder's choice. Looks like a curveball for a strike. Eric from the right side this year, .315 batting average. .262 from the left. And that was at the start of the day. This one off the right. It's 0-2. Angels with 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Boston got their 1 in the second inning. Got to be a frustrating year for this young man. Good arm. Front end of the rotation guy. Not been able to get it going. The last 3 starts have been better. This was offed out to right center field.
He always in the conversation for Cy Young.
Picks up his second 1-2-3 inning. We played 5 here at the Big A. The Angels still lead.
time for Coors Light Freeze Can. James Loney gets a fastball away. Thinks he might have it hit, but Vernon Wells comes in, loses the ball temporarily in the lights. Be able to track it at the very end and makes the play. Zach Greinke says yes. Thank you, Vernon, for being able to recover and catch that fly ball with a man on second. The Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Third inning, and it would have brought home a run had Vernon not come up with it. Pedroia was standing at third base. Here in the sixth inning with a 5-1 Angels lead, Ellsbury, Loney, and Ross scheduled 3 against the right-hander. 1 ball, no strikes. Ellsbury tonight 0 for 2. Ground ball to first. Bouncer back up the middle that deflected off the glove of Greinke. Ibar made the play near the bag at second base. Alberto playing in at third. And it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Sixth 2-0 count for Zach tonight.
Off speed, and that is rolled foul just wide of the bag at first. 2-1. That was the 80th pitch of the night for Greinke. It's 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. He's retired the side in order twice in the first and the fifth. Swing and a miss. Got a piece of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Not a bad time to throw a changeup now on that outer part of the plate against Ellsbury.
This one rolled foul again. That's a called strike 3. Joe West brings up Ellsbury, and there's out number 1.
Well, that's the second time Greinke's hit that part of the plate with either his cut fastball or sliders. It's more of a cut fastball, not as much break as we normally would see from Greinke. The great location. And fights his way back in the count. He's been behind a number of times 2-0, but look it up. It's 2-1, 2-2, and they get the strikeout.
Gets the benefit of the doubt on that call by Joe West. There's James Loney. 0-1. Loney with an infield base hit in the second, a 5 on the left. That's the one that Vernon made the catch on. They got lost in the lights. Slow breaking pitch. Called strike 2.
A number of close pitches called against Loney tonight. Joe West hearing a lot from Loney on those pitches that Greinke's been either lower part of the strike zone or away.
Well, he golfs this one down the right field line for a home run. A breaking pitch down and in. Loney hits his first home run as a member of the Red Sox, and it's 5-2 Angels.
Surprised he was able to keep that one fair. Greinke's asking Iannetta the same thing. Just dropped the head of the bat on the baseball and kept it fair down the right field line. That pitch is off the plate and down. Most hitters are going to pull that one foul.
He had to clear his back foot to swing that.
But most times, if you throw a slider like that, you're thinking there's no way they're even going to make contact, let alone keep it fair.
Fifth of the year as Cody Ross hits one off the end of the bat to Meiser Sturis. 2 outs. I guess Loney figured, you know what, I'll just take it out of the hands of Joe West. If I'm going to make it out, I'm going to make it out myself.
I mean, that baseball was about a foot off the plate in. Fifth overall home run of the year for Loney. First as a Red Sox, 4 with the Dodgers.
Two outs, bases clear now for Jared Saltalamacchia. Saltalamacchia has drawn a walk and he has struck out. That Loney home run, the 4th hit for Boston tonight. Two balls and no strikes. Now one misses outside the off-speed pitch. 3-0. 90th pitch thrown by Greinke so far. As far as his starts with the Angels, he's been as low as 103 and as high as 115 as far as pitches. 115 the last time out. 3-1. Halos in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll have Asturis, Wells, and Iannetta coming up against John Lester. Full count.
89-mile-an-hour fastball in the corner, then followed with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Gets in the bottom part of the strike zone.
Payoff pitch. Breaking pitch, got him looking. The inning comes to an end. Loney gets a home run, his first as a member of the Red Sox. Well, to the bottom of the 6th inning, 5-2 Angels. Bottom third of the order coming up is Sturis, Wells, and Iannetta. As John Lester retired the side in the 5th inning. Jack Greinke talking things over with Mike Butcher. Gave up that home run to Loney, but then had 2 strikeouts. The capper being Saltalamacchia to finish off the top of the inning.
Well, he's had 3 straight strikeouts on cut fastballs, catching the outside corner against left-handed batters.
Meiser looks at a strike. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Fly ball to right. More of a line out to Cody Ross. And into the 3rd inning, popped out to Loney. 10 the inning. 1-1 pitch. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. It is 1-2. Boston did make a move before the game today. They sent out Zach Stewart, who made the start last night, lasting 3 innings. Activating Josh Bart.
We're pitching out of the bullpen for him now.
Lester thought he had a strikeout. Instead, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Lester tried to throw his cut fastball and catch the outside corner against a right-handed batter.
Swing and a miss. Chasing the off-speed pitch. Just the second strikeout for Lester tonight. First down here in the 6th. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Vernon Wells 0 for 1, a fly ball to left, a walk, and a run scored. Wells, the most experienced of hitters against John Lester as far as at bats are concerned. The start of the day, 33 at bats, 6 for 33, including a home run. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, he's still having a tough time commanding the changeup away for Lester tonight. Each time he's been off the plate, at least 3 baseballs as he tries to hit the corner.
1-1 is fouled off to the right. 1-2. Two strikeouts, 1 walk, and 8 hits allowed for Lester. This one back up the middle, deflected off of Lester. Pedroia is there, and that's a 1-4-3 put out for the second out.
Hit well by Vernon up the middle. Slowed down enough by Lester to allow Pedroia to make the play and get Vernon out at first.
You see Pedroia, especially with right-handed batters, up really. And cheats towards the middle a little bit. And with Ionette at the plate, Loney is way off the line at first. Chris tonight 1 for 2. Hit and run single in the 4th inning. That put Wells over at third base, and Trout rolled into the 6-4-3 double play that scored Wells. Off speed pitch down low. 2 balls, no strikes. Trout's on deck.
Right in now. 17 for his last 45.
Caught the outside corner to even the count. Two on the way. Check swing. Did he go? No, says Sam Holbrook. Full count.
Side view to see if Chris crossed the plate. Boy, he looked like he did. Ionette stays alive in the at bat here. Very difficult to stop your swing when you make that commitment to a pitch like that from Lester down. There's a sharp break to it.
Well, Lester did not get the call on that check swing. He's ready to get his shot, then a new baseball put into play. Here's the 3-2. And that is a walk. Lester was walking off thinking he had a strikeout. And he may have had him struck out twice.
Well, we've always said Chris Sinet has a good eye. So he takes that one for a walk. Top of the strike zone. That's not real happy on that one.
And clearly John a little frustrated there.
Especially when he's sitting in that dugout and he's seeing Zach Greinke getting that corner called. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Zach on a called third strike.
His first 4 strikeouts for Greinke, swinging. The last 3 have been on the outside quarter to 3 left-handed batters. So 2 outs and a man at first. Here's Mike Trout, who's 0 for 2. A walk, a ground down, a double play ball. Scored a run. No 1. This one looped down to right. Cody Ross coming on. And the inning comes to an end. 6 complete here at the Big A, and the Angels with a 5-2 lead. Pork on a cheeseburger, new at Carl's Jr. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T Rethink Possible. And by Dodge.
Take a look at our Nissan game reset. Hunter and Pools, 5 of the 8 hits for the Angels. They've drove in 2 runs and scored 3. Zach Greinke, 6 innings pitched, 7 punch-outs, and 2 earned runs allowed. Very effective in this game.
Top of the 7th, the Angels with a 5-2 lead. Bottom third of the order for Boston, Lavarnway, Aviles, and Siriaco against Greinke. First fastball is fouled back. 0-1 count. Lavarnway drew a walk in the second inning and popped out. Alberto Callaspo out in front of the home plate area. 0 for 1. Two balls and a strike, just missed below the knees. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 4 left on for Boston. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 5 left on for the Angels. Two and two.
What a great spot, coming right back at the pitches a little below the strike zone, painting the corner, evened up at 2.
Full count. .98 pitches thrown by Greinke. Mike Aviles, a shortstop on deck. Payoff pitch on the way. Barnway lifts one in the air to shallow right. Torrey has to come in on it. 1 out. Hey, be sure to subscribe to MLB.tv today to take advantage of new low pricing and see every remaining Angels out-of-market games live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Angels.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. One out, nobody on for Aviles, but a sac fly into second. A fly ball to center field in the 4th. One hit in the 4th was hit pretty well too. Trout calling off Vernon Wells.
100 pitches thrown for Greinke.
Sharply hit off the glove of Callaspo and into foul territory. Aviles will reach on the single. We think it's a single as Ibar retrieves and holds him at first base.
Well hit by Aviles and gets it by the glove. Callaspo for a base hit. Trying to react. Final part of the glove, and by good backup though by Ibar to prevent Aviles from getting into second base. You still keep the double play in order.
Siriaco, the third baseman, steps in. He's 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground ball to short. That one's hit well down the left field line. Vernon giving chase toward the corner, and he'll make the catch on the track. Aviles hustles back to first base. 2 outs.
Siriaco thought he might have got that in Boston. Definitely a home run at Fenway Park with the Green Monsters. Here a little different story. Vernon is able to track that down at the warning track just in front of that short wall in left field.
Scott Podsednik with 2 outs steps in. Aviles still at first base. He's 0 for 3 tonight. The left fielder popped down and struck out twice. 1-0. Angels tomorrow night in Seattle at Safeco Field. We'll have Dan Herron going for them against Kevin Millwood. 7-10 start at Safeco.
The last time around, Dan Herron at Safeco had 14 strikeouts in a game. Dominant.
Saturday afternoon, a 105 game on Big Fox. Felix Hernandez against Irvin Santana. And then Sunday afternoon, Sednick looks at a strike to even the count. Jared Weaver slated to go against Hisashi Iwakuma, who pitched well here against the Angels.
Angels have played well in Safeco, but the Mariners have played well here against the Angels.
One pitch. 2-1. Let's take a look at our GoPro bullpen cam. Kevin Jepson listening now. Greinke at 105 pitches. 62 have been strikes. Three and one. Kevin pitched in the Opening game of the series on Tuesday and ended up picking up the win as the Angels scored twice in the bottom of the ninth. Pedroia is on deck. Bouncer back up the middle, knocked down by Greinke.
Oh, what a play.
And Podsednik is retired to end the inning. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A, and the Angels maintain a 5-2 lead. Top of the 7th inning, getting congratulations to the dugout. More than likely done after his 7 innings tonight.
Boy, like we were talking about, you have no idea how hard of a play that is that he had to finish off the inning. It's 7 innings of quality baseball, 7 strikeouts for Greinke. That ball was hit extremely well up the middle, knocks it down, and throws out Podsednik.
John Lesser's thrown 96 pitches tonight, facing 2, 3, and 4 as Torres chases the off-speed pitch. And it's 0-1 on Hunter. 3 for 3 tonight, 3 singles, and 2 runs scored. No 1 pitch. The bouncer back to the mound. A couple of off-speed pitches. Lester finally retires Hunter. There's the first down here in the 7th. Let's go back and check out our Hyundai key to the game.
Oh, we like this one. Don't go away, man. Make sure with a very difficult, tough, important road trip coming up in Seattle and Oakland. Bottom line is put together some good swings, some great defense, some solid pitching. They've gotten all 3 so far. You want to add on and distance yourself from this Red Sox team, and you have the right guy up to be able to do so.
Albert steps in, 2 for 3 tonight. 2 RBI double in the first, a single with a run scored in the third. Fouls the first fastball straight back, and it's 0-1. Podsednik shallow and left and toward the foul line. Siriaco, third baseman, deep at third. 0-2 count. Lester with a couple of strikeouts, 3 walks, 8 hits allowed. Kevin Jepson continues to loosen the bullpen. Looks like he'll be coming on in the 8th inning. Pedroia, Ellsbury, and Loney. Boston due up in the 8th. Chases this one, little bouncer to third. Siriaco has it. 2 outs. Aerial coverage tonight brought to you by Hangar One, vodka made in California, an actual aircraft hangar. So 2 outs, nobody on for Trumbo. 1 for 3 game and an RBI single in the 3rd inning.
Try to throw a cut fastball, catch the corner. Now if you're marked now with 2 outs, no one on, you're thinking in terms of something on inner part of the plate, an extra base hit.
Count even now, 1-1. Two and one. Last home run for Trumbo a week ago Tuesday at Fenway. 2-run shot. That was his 30th of the year. Multi-hit game for him. Outside. It is 3 balls and a strike. It's actually the last time that Trumbo has had a multi-hit game was that last Tuesday.
You see if Trumbo can get a fastball right now, fastball count, and jump all over it. Go fastball away here.
3-1. He lays off. It's a strike on the corner. Full count. Payoff pitch on the way. Trumbo lines one out toward right center field. That's a base hit. Multi-hit game for Mark Trumbo. 2 for 4 tonight. Keeps the inning alive for Alberto Callaspo.
And both hits he's gotten in this game were a bit on curveballs. Both times he got the curveball up in the strike zone to be able to make good contact and get 2 hits out of it. Chased him the first at bat, breaking pitches in the dirt, fastballs in the dirt. More patient, brought those pitches up. Success there for Mark tonight with 2 hits.
Not quite there to where it was prior to the All-Star break. But you'll take the baby steps.
Especially going into a place where you hit well against Seattle in his career.
Callaspo fouls it off to the right. It's 0-1. Alberto 1 for 2 tonight. An RBI single in the 3rd inning. He popped out in the 5th. No 1 pitch. This is sharply hit to second. Pedroia has it. And the Angels half of the 7th comes to an end. 7 in the books. It is a 5-2 Angels lead.
fastball turns on and hits a double down the left field line. Drive it in two, giving the Angels an early lead. Zach Greinke, that's all he needed to get that fastball work. He's been outstanding through 7 innings. Good cut fastball, catch in the corner. 7 strikeouts overall for Zach's night. 2 earned runs allowed, and he gives the baseball up now. Watching Kevin Jepsen take over for him. Quality start. Zach Greinke, 107 pitches thrown, 5 hits, is 2 walks. They were both in the same inning back in the 2nd inning against the Red Sox.
Kevin Jepsen, as you pointed out, comes on to start this 8th inning. Kevin pitching in his 34th game, has a 3-2 record at 3.45 ERA, 1 save, 28 2/3 innings, 26 strikeouts, 7 walks. He'll be facing 2, 3, and 4 for Boston. Pedroia, Ellsbury, and Loney. Dustin Pedroia tonight 1 for 3, had a double in the 3rd inning. Stranded at third base. Oh, 1 count. Kevin, as we pointed out, pitched a scoreless inning in Tuesday night's game. That pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. He saw plenty of action in that series against Boston. Pitched in 3 straight games, 2/3 in the Tuesday night game, 1 inning in the Wednesday night game, another inning in that Thursday night game. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Well, you can tell Pedroia likes the fastball up, and he will chase. If you're going upstairs with a fastball, you've got to keep it above the shoulders.
One, 2. Bouncer up the line, foul. Another 1-2 on the way. This one down the right field line and out of play. Just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
One thing about Pedroia, he battles you all the way through. He doesn't necessarily going to chase. He chased that 1 high fastball, but now he worked himself back even in the count. Very difficult out.
Jacoby Ellsbury, the center fielder, on deck. 2-2 pitch down low, the breaking ball. Full count. Three-2 on the way, and he walked it. Leadoff man is on after getting ahead to start the at-bat. Hey folks, college football comes to Fox each week. Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington will get you ready for kickoff. And Matt Barkley, #1 USC, take on Hawaii. Premier college football Saturday this week at 4 p.m. Pacific, only on Fox. Man on, nobody out for Ellsbury. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Couple of ground outs, and he struck out looking into 6th inning. Jammed him just enough to get him to pop it up to shallow center. Eric Ibar is there, 1 out.
Now it's time for a Coors Light. Cold, hard blast. James Loney back in the 6th inning on a slider, was down and in. Golfs it out to right field against Zach Greinke. Kept it fair somehow. It's his first home run as a Red Sox, 5th overall on the season for James Loney. The Coors Light Cold Hard Blast brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Loney 2 for 3 tonight with that infield base hit back into second. The ball that Wells almost lost to the lights in a third, and then that home run that you just talked about in the 6th. Pedroia still at first. 0-1. For the most part, Kevin, a much different pitcher since being recalled.
And consistent velocity on his fastball, 96 to 99. Sharp cut fastball.
One and one. Here's the 1-1. Loney chases the high fastball, 1-2.
Steve will try another fastball away against Loney.
1-2 pitch. Fastball looped down toward left center field. Wells and Trout, and that will fall in there. A single for James Loney, his 3rd hit of the night, puts 2 men on with 1 out. Cody Ross coming up.
Well, it looked like the baseball was going to work its way back to Vernon. The last second stops. Fields it on the 1 hop.
Maybe perhaps a miscommunication between Trout and Wells. Looked like a ball hung up long enough to be caught.
It seemed like they both looked at each other last second.
Ernesto Frieri begins to loosen the bullpen for the Angels. Leadoff walk to Pedroia. Ellsbury popped out, and now this bloop single by Loney. Brings up the tying run, and Ross, dangerous hitter. Ability to drive the ball out of the ballpark with 19 home runs this year. 1 for 3 tonight, had a single in the 4th inning. One and 0.
Kevin trying to get Ross to hit a ground ball and an infielder. Ross has hit into 7 double plays this year. 0 for 2 in his career versus Kevin.
One and 1. Fastball at 96. Outfield straight around with Ross at the plate. Teoscar back a little bit at 3rd. Good look at the defensive alignment for the Angels. The 1-1. It's down and in.
Overthrew his cut fastball. And Scioscia looking for Jepsen to get that ground ball.
Lifted in the air on the first base side. Trumbo giving chase. He's going to run out of room. This one into the seats. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, one out, two men on for Boston here in the eighth. Red Sox with solo runs in the second and sixth innings. Jepson's ready. Now the 2-2. This one out to left field. Vernon moving over is there, makes the catch, 2 outs.
Big out for Jepson, and the Angels with a tough hitter. And Ross out just enough, jammed him.
Here's Jared Shaw to Lamacchia, the DH. 0 for 2. Walk and a couple of strikeouts. This one out toward left center field. Mike Trout is there. The inning will come to an end. We will head to the bottom of the eighth. The Halos maintaining a 5-2 lead.
His first game of the series against Seattle. Dan Herron with a 14 strikeout performance against Seattle at Safeco earlier this year. 8-10 mark against Kevin Millwood, who has a fastball 87-93. Also is combined on the no-hitter with the 5 other pitchers for Seattle this season.
Bottom of the eighth inning. Eric Ibar, Meister Asturis, and Vernon Wells to face John Lester. He's thrown 110 pitches so far tonight. Ibar tries to bunt, butts a foul. He may have made contact with the baseball outside the batter's box, and he did, so he is called out. 1 away.
Baseball hits his body. Once you're out of the batter's box, you're called out. If you stay in the batter's box on the bunt, it'd be considered a foul ball, but that was not the case there for Eric Ibar.
Here's Meister Asturis, 0 for 3 tonight against Lester. He'll look at a strike. 0-2. Wells on deck. Ernesto Frieri will be coming on the ninth inning. Mark Melancon begins to warm up for Boston just in case. Lester threw 7 1/3, 114 pitches, 9 hits. 2-2. 2 strikeouts, 3 walks.
Quite a few pitches now thrown for Lester, 116 in the game.
Two bounce to the left side. Siriaco has it. 2 outs. Lester's season high as far as pitchers are concerned, 120. That was back on May the 30th. He's been at 116, 118, 119.
One that was breaking ball a lot more so later in the game here. He's got 5 consecutive ground ball outs with that pitch.
So 2 outs, nobody on for Vernon Wells. Fly ball to left, a walk, and a ground out. First one is in there. Boston in the ninth inning will have the bottom third of their order. Lavarnway, Aviles, and Siriaco to face Ernesto Frieri. Swing and a miss, and it is 0-2. And Ernesto very well rested.
Sometimes when you're overly strong, you try to reach back and try to throw 100 miles an hour. If he just stays within his normal mechanics, he's got a great fastball with great lateral movement.
1 ball, 2 strikes. It's been a week since he last pitched. That was that 14-13 game at Fenway. Pitched 2 innings in that one. 1-2 to Wells. This one rolled up the line. Siriaco has it to the backhand. Strong throw. Lester has himself a 1-2-3-8. We will head to the ninth. Ernesto Frieri coming on to try to close this one out. The Angels up 5-2. Loco, crazy you can taste. And by Southern California Toyota. Check out the full line of fuel-efficient vehicles at your Southern California Toyota dealer.
Top of the ninth inning here at the Big A. The Angels up by the score of 5-2. Ernesto Frieri takes over on the mound as Kevin Jepson pitched a scoreless eighth inning. Frieri has not pitched in a week, and he'll be facing the bottom third of the order for the Red Sox.
And Ernesto, we just talked about that lateral movement on this fastball. 94 to 96. Hard slider, changes speed on his breaking pitch also. 65 strikeouts in that 40 2/3 innings pitch for Ernesto.
Opponents hitting 132 against Frieri. His 15 saves on the year. Ryan Lavarnway, the catcher, to lead things off. He's drawn a walk. He's popped out, and he's hit a fly ball to right field. So it puts him at 0 for 2 tonight. John Lester, by the way, 8 innings for Boston. 9 hits, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, 5 runs. All 5 of those runs earned. One ball, no strikes.
Early on for Ernesto, you look for command of the strike zone. You mentioned, Victor, it's been a while for him since he's pitched. Sometimes you overthrow the fastball.
One ball, 1 strike. That's about as close as a get it over fastball that you will see from Frieri. It's tough sometimes when you're kind of a max effort guy with some funky mechanics to kind of throw a BP type of fastball.
That really forces you to drop your elbow.
One on the way. This one's fouled back. Good swing by Lavarnway, and it's 1-2. Mike Aviles on deck. 1-2 from Frieri. He jammed him and he rolls it foul. It's a running fastball.
Oh, that's some serious running action. By the time that got to the plate, it was well off the inside corner with serious movement.
One, two. Got him looking down. Goes Lavarnway. There's out number 1.
Boy, he paints the corner here at 96. Boy, as a hitter, you have no chance, especially if the pitch before a fastball at 97 runs in that far off the plate against you.
So 1 out, nobody on for Mike Aviles, the shortstop. 1 for 2, including a sac fly. 1-0. Zach Greinke got the start, allowed 2 runs in 7 innings, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. 2 balls and no strikes. Three and 0.
Waiting for Ernesto to challenge him again. Same location. He can swing his way on if he has to.
Almost want to stay away from him. Avila's one of those guys who likes to step in the bucket, looking for a pitch on the inside part of the plate. Three one. 3-2.
Well, he's been able to paint that twice now. Got LeVar away with the 96-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner. That one at 95. Against Avila's here to get to a full count.
Siriaco on deck. The 3-2. Foul back. This one back up the middle, and it's a base hit. Man on with it out here in the ninth. Brings up Siriaco. Aviles with his second hit of the night.
Challenge with a fastball, forced him to hit the baseball, and Aviles with a good approach hit the baseball right back through the middle.
So Pedro Siriaco, the third baseman, coming up. 0 for 3 tonight. Strikeout, ground ball to short, and a fly ball to left. Angels scoring twice in the first, twice in the third, and once in the fourth. Boston had solo runs in the second and sixth. Siriaco takes upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Two and 0.
Looked like he tried to aim that pitch.
Quick visit by Chris Iannetta. Jumbo playing in front of Aviles at first base. 2-1. Base hit by Aviles with 1 out here tonight. The 7th hit for Boston tonight. No, 3 balls and a strike. Pretty good pitch. Just missed down low. Scott Podsednik, the leadoff man, is on deck.
Make sure you don't allow Pedroia to get up, if you can, in this game.
Full count. th pitch thrown by Ernesto. 10 of it strikes. There's Podsednik. Pedroia would come up after him. Iannetta flashing signs out in front of home plate. Interesting with a man at first and 1 out. Aviles takes off the 3-2. It's bounced to second. Historis has it. 2 down.
And that's all you want is outs in these spots. You'd love to be able to finish the game off with a double play, but with the Aviles going, you're just going to take the sure out at first base. Good decision from Meiser.
So the left fielder Scott Podsednik steps up with 2 outs, man in scoring position. The Red Sox left fielder 0 for 4. Popped out, grounded out, and struck out twice. First one, strike on the outside corner. Kayasvo playing in over at third base, just about even with the bag in case Sednick tries to drop one down. Pedroia is on deck. 0-1 pitch. Well, it's off the glove, and Avila starts to go, and eventually does go. And he ends up at third base.
Looked like a slider.
Should be ruled a pass ball.
A lot of times when you see that type of reaction, you would think it was a cross-up between Ernesto and Iannetta.
So it's a ball and a strike. Now 2-1.
Threw him a changeup there. Give him back as far as his tempo, utilizing his great fastball that he has.
Two-one pitch on the way. He checked his swing, or did he? He did, says Rob Drake at third. 3-1. Pedroia on deck. Nesta certainly has not made it easy on himself. Swing and a miss. Tardy on that fastball. It's a full count.
3 of them in this inning.
Mike Avila standing at third with 2 outs here in the ninth. Here comes the payoff pitch. Foul back. See the approach by Sednick there, just trying to make contact, trying to drive the ball into the ground.
And just trying to hit the ball the other way.
A 24-pitch ninth inning thus far for Ernesto Frieri, looking for his 16th save. Another 3-2. And he got him looking. Down goes Sednick. Light that baby up as the Angels sweep the Red Sox. Take this one by the final of 5-2.
Boy, a well-pitched game with some great approaches at the plate. Once again, especially early in the ball game. Scoring a couple runs in the first, a couple runs in the third. Albert with a couple key hits. Torrey Hunter with 3 hits once again. The defense there just enough against John Lester with Zach Greinke, who was dominant in his 7 innings. They'll pull this off and sweep the Red Sox.
5-2 the final. The Angels 3.5 back to the American League wild card. Oakland and Baltimore won. The Angels will be going up to Seattle to start a 3-game series at Safeco Field tomorrow night. Boston will head up the coast as well. They will stop in Oakland to take on the Oakland Athletics over the weekend. Zach Greinke picks up his 3rd win as a member of the Angels. He is now 3-2. Ernesto Frieri notches a save, his 16th of the season. John Lester, for his part, 8 innings. Allowed 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned. And he ends up taking the loss as Lester now is 8-11 on the year. The Angels got the scoring started early. Once again, 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, and 1 in the fourth. The guy that got things started, Albert Pujols, is getting hooked up down on the field. Kind enough to join us before the Angels have to take off. Albert is just about ready to go. Say hello to Albert Pujols, everybody. Big 2 RBI double in the first innings, taking the Angels to a 2-0 lead. His 35th double of the year, now at 90 runs batted in. The first thing that we want to ask you, of course, is how is the calf feeling?
Well, good enough to hit, that's for sure.
Well, against a guy like John Lester, Albert, you were able to get through that baseball. He's got a very good cut fastball. Is that the approach you try to take against him?
You know what? I never faced him before, so I'm glad, that I was trying to work the count. And I was able to get a good pitch to him and stay through the baseball, and I'm glad they went down the line.
On those instances, obviously having not faced him before, how much do you rely on scouting reports from guys that have faced him, guys like Vernon and Torrey, the veterans in this ball club?
Well, that's why we execute pretty well. We have our hittings meeting and we talk about it, and we execute pretty well in the first inning, and later on we score a couple of more runs. So when those guys have experience like Berno and Torrey, you ask a lot because being new in the league and not facing him before, I don't know what he got. So I was able to listen a little bit and then watch the video and try to go out there and have good at bats.
Yeah, but the offense has been certainly swinging the bat well of late, but the pitching staff with Zach Greinke in general today throwing the ball very well, that's got to be a good sign for you guys.
Well, definitely. Late in, it's almost September here, and late in the season, those guys' arms are tired, and obviously the things that we want to do is score enough runs for them, so that way they can don't feel comfortable, but obviously make some pitch. And Saab got into some trouble and made some good pitch and got out of the jam.
Well, we know we got to get ready for a road trip. As always, we appreciate the time, Albert. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Albert Pujols picking up a couple of hits tonight. The double in the first inning brought home 2 runs, had a single with a run scored in the third as the Angels finish up the series and season, sweeping the Boston Red Sox 5-2 the final. Stick around. Michael Leaves, Jose Mota, Tim Salmon will break it down with Angels Live postgame edition coming up next.